Good afternoon. My name is Kamran Afzal. I'm the police chief for the Dayton Police Department. With me are Deputy Chief Eric Henderson and Lieutenant Eric Sheldon. Lieutenant Sheldon is in charge of our Violent Crime Bureau and in charge of this particular investigation. I wanted to provide everyone an update on a situation that I know has gotten a lot of our attention, rightly so. And as you're aware, resulted in unimaginable tragedy and a loss of a helpless, innocent child. Before I continue, I know there might be tons of questions that you might have, but due to this being an ongoing investigation, we're probably going to be very limited in the answers we provide, but we'll try to give you what we know and as much as possible. First and foremost, my heart goes out to Hershall's family and anyone who truly cared for him. In our line of work, unfortunately, we do see evil acts on a routine basis. This callousness shown in this situation towards this child is horrendous and truly evil. On Saturday, July 12th, about 3:45 in the morning, we got a call from 404 Xenia. The initial call was for a report of a kidnapped child. So multiple crews searched the area as this information, we received this information. As the investigation unfolded, it was determined that Hershall had not been seen for several weeks. At that point, the investigation turned into a potential homicide investigation. Ultimately, it was determined that Hershall was not missing, but was deceased for several weeks. Information was then developed that led our investigators to the area of McClure and US 35. The slide shows you both locations, the US 35 McClure location and also the 404 Xenia. To this location, and we recovered what we believe is Hershall's remains at this point. We currently have two people who have been charged. I'm going to show you. The first one is Michael Kendrick. He's currently in jail. Charges are tampering with evidence, 3 counts, abuse of a corpse. You also see his convictions, felony, his criminal record, which shows aggravated arson felony, theft felony, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, misdemeanor, weapons under disability, aggravated trespass, also a misdemeanor. And we also have Ashley Johnson, who's the biological mother of Hershall. She's been charged with obstruction of justice, which is a felony, and failure to report her death, which is a misdemeanor. And she has a prior criminal conviction of theft, which is a misdemeanor. It is important to note that these charges are preliminary charges against these 2 individuals. Our investigators are working with Montgomery County prosecutors, coroner's office, and additional charges may be forthcoming based on the forensic examination of what we believe are Hershall's remains. I'll be remiss if I did not acknowledge the outstanding work of our patrol officers who were the initial responders, KROS detectives. These detectives are the ones that are usually called upon when a child is a victim, VOU detectives, violent crime, any kind of felony assaults, and obviously then our homicide investigations. Anytime it results in what we believe is homicide takes over. We also are very appreciative of several police department and some other resources. Miamisburg PD, Springfield PD provided assistance. Buckeye Search and Rescue, they provided cadaver dogs as we were looking for Hershall's remains. And also several of the community members came out to help in the search, including some family members of Hershall. This is, again, an ongoing investigation. I know it's garnered a lot of attention. I just want to give you a little bit brief update of the fact that we do have 2 people in custody for the charges that we kind of outlined. And you guys might have questions. I'm going to try to answer the best I can, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to turn to either Deputy Chief Henderson or Lieutenant Sheldon. So,
you're looking at charging anybody else, Chief?
Potentially, we don't know yet. As an ongoing investigation.
And I know the jail roster yesterday showed that Mr. Kendrick was being held on, among others, suspicion of murder. Is that not a charge that he is facing preliminarily at this point, though?
Not right now. Not right now.
Who called 911 to report the kidnapping?
Actually, I think it was Mr. Kendrick. Mr. Kendrick called it in.
Was there anything in the search in the home, items from the home? Can you talk about any of the items that were pulled from the home and evidence?
A lot of items were removed from the home. I can't get into details about the value of them because that's still an ongoing process as to what they reveal and the direction that we believe that what we have. But we need to make sure that the linkage is done by the folks who are going to do the analysis of that evidence.
So at this time, we can't say that there's a deep freezer that was pulled from the home?
I'm not going to get into any of the details, that kind of stuff. Obviously, some of that is publicly available. We're not going to make comments on that.
What is your understanding, Chief, of who had custody of Hershall?
We believe the mother, there were some going back and forth. I think at one time maybe the grandmother might have had custody or about to go, but some things happened and the custody was given back to the mother. But our understanding right now is that the mother had custody of Hershall.
Sorry, the family had told us that mom was questioned by police and then from her interview was taken to the hospital because of just some existing medical conditions that she has. Is that accurate?
She was taken to the hospital. I know when we were charging her with these cases to make sure that she's good to go before we, is she already been taken to jail?
Yes.
Okay, she was taken to the hospital, not taken to jail.
But taken from her questioning to the hospital?
I don't know if it was from questioning directly, because I know she was questioned yesterday also, but, so I can't tell you whether, you're talking from yesterday or from today?
They had said, yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, and the charges came in today. We charged her today.
So do you know she was in the hospital at the time that the 911 kidnapping call was made?
I don't believe she was in the hospital. Do you know Eric, do you know?
No, she was not in the hospital.
She was not in the hospital.
She was in the home.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, gosh, John, go ahead, sorry.
That's all right.
How many times was Children's Services called in relation to Hershall?
I don't know, yeah, I can't tell you how many times. I know the Children's Services Bureau had a case open for Hershall. I don't think it was open at this time, but I can't tell you the number of times that they were called.
But they had a previous case, and that wasn't currently open on Saturday.
I don't believe it was open on Saturday.
And just in concerning his welfare.
Right.
And there was a sibling also staying in that home, is that correct?
Correct. The Child Services have custody of that child, and she's been taken away from
That's
the
the
family.
sibling of Hershall, was that what you believe?
Yes, I think sister.
Yes.
Yeah, older sister, and she is under the care of Child Services Bureau at this point.
Have you had any other contact with the family outside, as this investigation's moved forward since Saturday? Have you had any contact with grandmother, aunts, any of the people who have started this search party? More than 3,000 people have joined online, this Facebook page. Have you had contact with any of the family members?
Since this investigation, they're working on some contacts. I'm gonna kind of refrain from making some comments about what that might mean. So we obviously are talking to a lot of different people at this point.
I just want to clear it up because there's a lot of misinformation, right? People on Facebook think they know a lot of stuff. They want to, look online, and there's, a lot of things have just been said. So I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is such a dynamic situation. It was such a tragic thing. Not that we don't see tragedies all the time in Dayton, but when you have a nonverbal autistic kid, somebody helpless who should be taken care of and looked after, the fact that he was deceased for several weeks and we didn't even get the call. We get a call in the manner that we get, which is, hey, the child was kidnapped, not that something tragic happened. I'm just calling you. I finally have a clear conscience, but the way that was done, all the resources that all of us, obviously anytime a child is, anybody's missing, we put a lot of resources there, so a lot of resources were put in there. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. We wanted to come here and at least give you what we can give you. And I should have mentioned the Hershall sister. Yeah, that would be a concern, and that's why I think the right thing was done, and she is now in the care of the state and with a foster family.
And you said, Chief, you don't know how many times, but you do know at least somebody had called Children's Services to report concern about his
Right.
welfare previously.
Do we have that information as to who did what? No. As we're still looking at it, because I'm being cautious because I think our end game is to have a lot more serious charges, and I want to make sure that we give you the information without giving away all the things that we're doing, and actually currently our officers or detectives are doing and have been doing since Saturday. But I know it garnered, James told me as to how many people the story reached, so it was strategy and of extreme level. I wanted to make sure that we came out in front of you guys and at least gave you whatever we can this time. I can't control some of the stuff that happens online. That's why I don't really go online to look for anything. That's why I try to give you as much information as we can. His sister is safe right now. The two individuals who were in the house are in custody, and our hope is going to be that they stay in jail.
And just to
We can
clarify,
do two more
timeline, Chief,
Yes.
it had been weeks since he had been last seen, or you believe it was weeks, like he's been dead for a few weeks?
I think we are pretty confident that we can say that he's been dead for several weeks.
So then the body was unidentifiable for the most part. Is that why you brought in Montgomery County Coroner for official determination?
Well, they'll come in determination for every single time, so that's why maybe I used the verbiage that I used was that we found Herschel's remains. So again, not getting into too much stuff because it's still an ongoing thing, and I don't want to give anybody any reason to bias them against a potential case or give out things. So our detectives can do what they need to do to make sure that and we can't bring Herschel back, but at least we can bring justice to Herschel.
You know where Herschel died?
I can't tell you that. I know we found the remains, but I can't tell you where he died.
Do you have any evidence
All
that
right, last
believe it
question.
happened in the house, or he died in the house?
We have a lot of theories, but I don't want to get into that the menu yet.